The evolution of man has been a puzzle to many. The rapid rate at which our species came to be is unprecedented. No other creature has made such huge leaps in its ability as humanity. There are multiple theories as to why this is, and even those that believe evolution as a process does not exist. What I am interested in is the idea that mankind has been artificially evolved, starting with our early ape-like ancestors growing to become what we are today. All this done by extraterrestrial design, and if that is the case, why? I will look at established ideas on this and propose another. Were we created to end life on the planet? Is humanity an alien created plague? Let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on ufology, the paranormal and cryptozoology. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. The standard idea of human evolution is messy. Each new discovery rewrites what we thought we knew, but it is generally thought that we came from Africa. In recent news, archaeologists made the claim that mankind's origins were some 200,000 years ago in a region of northern Botswana. This is the species Homo sapiens sapiens, what we would recognize as anatomically modern humans, but many came before, and we are still searching for that missing link between more primitive hominids and modern humans. This is when some say alien intervention occurred, but more on that later. Tracing a perfectly linear path of ancestry is difficult because the fossil record is an incomplete jumble of incomplete skeletons. We have now identified more than 20 hominin species that are part of our family tree. Out of these specimens, half are based on fossils that have been unearthed in the last 3 decades. So where should we begin? The story of human evolution is said to have begun in Africa some 6 million years ago, and it was the beginning of a very long process that our ancestors went through slowly, a rate that is comparable to the evolution of other species on the planet. The majority of scientists believe our common ancestor existed 5 to 8 million years ago. Then, 2 species broke off into separate lineages, one ultimately evolving into gorillas and chimps, the other evolving into early humans called hominids. In the millions of years that followed, 12, and probably more, different species of human-like creatures have existed. This idea has been reflected in the fossil discoveries of paleoanthropologists. Although many of these species are closely related to modern humans, they are not actually direct ancestors. So what or who is the missing link? In the popular imagination, this missing link would be the fossil of this missing common ancestor. Scientists do agree on the idea of a common ancestor. Deciding on which fossil represents that actual species is far more challenging, if not impossible. This because the fossil record will never be 100% complete. Also, the word implies that evolution is a straight chain of events, when in fact the sequence of evolution is much more complicated. It would be better described as a web, or is it that there could be no missing link? This is when alien engineers step into the story. Yes, like in that certain movie, and alter early human DNA. We can't find a missing link because it doesn't exist, or our species was designed by extraterrestrials, and if that is the case, for what purpose were we created? This idea has some history to it. The most popular of theories on humanity being an engineered race is that of the Anunnaki. Sumerian texts tell of the days when heaven and earth were created. These writings lay out a story about the Anunna gods being born and the lesser Anunna being charged with the work to shape the land canals and building structures. The greater Anunna ruled over the lesser. The lesser Anunna became resentful of the Anunna superiors and demanded Enki, the great ruling Anunna god, create others to do this work. The Anuna awakened Enki from his subterranean underwater habitat. He was in what could be described today as a state of suspended animation. Enki and his wife, Ninmah, created humans to be the slaves of the Anuna. The humans were to take the place of the lesser Anuna who were tired of bearing the burden of hard labor. There are other groups who believe that mankind was created by beings from another world and that it was the work of another extraterrestrial species and not the Anunnaki. Raelians. Raelianism is an alien-based religion that was founded in 1974 by Claude Vorilhon, a French retired racing journalist. They believed that all life on Earth was created by the Elohim, a society who came to the Earth around 25,000 years ago with the specific goal of creating life. Rael, Valerian's Raelian name, is a messenger for the aliens. He is here to tell the world of these facts and to open the people of the world's minds to the idea that we are in fact an intentional scientific creation of a race of ETs. And while we are looking at religions, a topic far too huge to cover in a single video, we must keep in mind nearly all have otherworldly beings at their center, from Scientology and Mormonism to Christianity and Islam, all believing beings from another place that created, guided, and have a plan for humanity and the planet. Stepping away from religion and looking at science, Bob Lazar claimed that he was told that an alien race arrived on this planet hundreds of thousands of years ago and decided that they would accelerate the evolution of the primates they found. His reason for believing this, besides the missing link maybe, was that he was shown an alien craft which was excavated by archaeologists and was possibly one of the original craft that came to Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago. For millennia, cultures around the globe have claimed to have origins in the stars, passing on stories of an advanced alien intelligence responsible for genetically engineering the first humans. This idea would slowly grow in popularity, Lloyd Pye, Eric von Daniken and Zecharia Sitchin championing this idea in their books and talks, to the point of ancient alien theory becoming almost a mainstream belief today. One person you may not have heard of is Valerie Barrow. Back in 1995, she found herself temporary custodian of an ancient sacred Aboriginal artifact. Unbeknownst to her, the mysterious Charinga object was, in fact, an incredible extraterrestrial device with an onboard consciousness. What she possessed has today been named the Bracewell Probe, an alien sentinel, a device left here to monitor the planet and eventually make first contact. Inside the probe, the resident alien intelligence, AI, introduced itself as Al-Charinga, an entity from the Dreamtime, the Dreamtime being the time of creation in Australian Aboriginal culture. The probe cum AI began to transfer information directly into Valerie's mind via voice-to-skull interface. The historical events that Al-Charinga revealed are destined to profoundly change our understanding of human origins and humanity's place in the cosmos. As already mentioned, independent researchers have popularized the ancient astronaut theory in modern culture. Less well known is the fact respected academics have suggested life on Earth began in space. Francis Crick, the Nobel Prize-winning co-discoverer of the structure of DNA molecules, suggested that DNA was likely seeded here by a cosmic civilization. So what does the cosmic civilization want? What is their plan? Why did they create us? We have many theories as to what would happen if there was alien contact. These aliens would steal our water and resources, breed with us, or even eat us. This is assuming that they are new to this planet. It is, however, looking far more likely that they have been coming here since before we were an intelligent species. So whatever their plans are, they seem to be working on a timescale far beyond anything we can imagine. This crosses over with the idea of alien immortality. An alien species that can traverse the stars with such ease would have technology far beyond humanity's. In basic terms, they have had millennia to develop capabilities that remain fantasy to us. Living forever could be one of those abilities. And once you're immortal, time becomes a different concept. Any plans that you have can take millennia to play out, and this brings us to today. The world is on the edge. Scientists have issued a stark warning to humanity, saying, "We are sleepwalking towards the edge of a cliff." About 60% of mammals, birds, fish, and reptiles have been wiped out by human activity since the 1970s. Climate change is an exercise in managed insanity. The human mind isn't equipped for such a crisis, the greatest in the history of our species. With record-breaking superstorms ravaging countries on a regular basis, it is difficult to feel good about the impact that Homo sapiens have had on this planet. Add to this that we are living in an era of remarkable political instability, which could lead to the collapse of the global economy, and then war as we fight over the little resources that are left. Looking at the planet today, you might even go as far as to say, "The human species is a plague." So if we are causing so much destruction, if we are indeed changing the environment to one that can no longer support life, well, life that we would recognize, why is it that extraterrestrials are just sat at the sidelines watching this carnage unfold? They have the technology that could put an end to many of the problems that Earth is currently suffering through. I theorize it's because they don't want to. This is all part of their grand plan. Going back to the stories of the Anunnaki, humanity was a species created for work, the labor force for the alien race, the gods. Yes, it is said that they wanted us to mine gold, but could that just have been the opening move of a larger game? If they have limitless time, is it possible that they created humanity knowing full well we would take this path, maybe even stepping in once in a while to keep things on track? If this were the case, why? Could it be that humanity's purpose is not to evolve and take to the stars, but instead destroy the planet and ourselves, all while terraforming Earth for these alien entities? Are we a genetically engineered planetary disease? Could we have been created to stop another intelligent species evolving and eventually threatening the dominance of our extraterrestrial creators? Are we sculpting the planet into an environment suitable for another race of intelligent beings? What do you think? Are we the instruments of our own destruction? And is it because we were designed that way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.